Hello friends, welcome to C programming. C programming, we will see what is C programming, what is C language in this video. This is a C programming video training video. This is the first video of our course. So first we will see what is C before getting into programming. This is what we are going to learn here. This is the introduction of C. So it is a programming language. It's a software programming language developed at AT&T Bell Laboratories in 1972. So this language was created by Dennis Ritchie. Dennis Ritchie wrote C programming. So it was not officially announced or officially published language. So it was not made official, but without any advertisement, this language got the popularity. There were a lot of languages like Fortran, Pascal, but people started using this programming language. They preferred using this language, and it spread by a word of mouth, and it became very famous. So why C is a preferred choice? Because C is simple to code. It's very simple. Anyone can write C programming who can understand English. So it's like an English language. So you give some instructions to the computer and the computer executes them. So it's very simple. We'll see in the upcoming videos how exactly the C code will be there and what we can do with the C programming language. So here we have some advantages of C programming. So if you want to learn Java, if you want to learn C++, or if you want to learn C#, any language, C is the preferred. Like even if you want to learn a PHP language, C is the preferred choice. So if you are a software, if you have joined for a software course, if you want to become a software engineer, the first language which you would prefer to learn, or anyone would suggest you to learn, is C language. So it will be the basic foundation for you to learn either Java or C++, because C++ and Java, all these languages use the same language constructs which are used in C programming. So it's a simple non-object oriented programming language. So don't worry about this non-object oriented feature. It's a part of it's a programming style used in Java, C++. So here we are not discussing about object oriented concepts because C is not an object oriented programming language. So it's very simple. It will help you to learn the language elements easily. So, and again, choice of language for operating system. If you want to create an operating system, the choice of language would be C because of the speed of execution. So even today, no language can be used to create a program or a software which runs as fast as C programming. Even the C++ is not as fast as C programming, or the Java or any other languages is not as fast as C programming. So mobile devices. These days mobile devices use a lot of languages like Objective-C, Java. We use Android operating system in the mobile devices, and there are many mobile devices and many embedded devices. For example, a microwave oven, a watch, automatic washing machine. All these use some micro devices, microchips. So these microchips are programmed using C programming because of the speed of execution and the amount of memory required by these memory chips when we use C programming is very less. So mobile devices use C programming. So embedded, it's something called embedded C. So that embedded C language is used to embed the code in the mobile devices. So that's C language. So we all like to play computer games. Okay, so you have seen many games, car race, bike race, firing, other lot of games. So these games should be extremely fast. If you fire a bullet, if it goes after 1 second or 2 seconds, the game would not be interesting, and nobody wants to play such games. And if you're driving a car and it's moving like a bullet car, nobody wants to see that, play that game. So for games, to design games, C programming is the choice of language. So most of the programs, most of the high definition 3D games are written in C programming because of the speed, because of some options called pointers. We'll see that pointers in later. But because of the speed of execution, the C is a preferred choice. So even today, many device drivers. So if you install a new device on your computer, for example, if you want a TV tuner for your computer, if you install a TV tuner, you have to install a driver. So that device driver is written in C programming. So even if you have a Linux operating system or a Windows operating system, all the operating system requires drivers to communicate with the devices connected to it. For example, if it's a mouse, if it's a keyboard, if it's a TV tuner card, or if it's a PCI card or a sound card, any card. So it requires some device driver software that is mainly written in C programming. So these are the advantages of C programming. So even today C is used extensively, even though there are many languages in the market, for example C, C Sharp, so Java, C Sharp, a lot of them are, but C is a preferred language when it comes to speed of execution. No other language is compatible with C. I mean, it can no other language can compete with C when it comes, because it converts the code to an assembly level code. We'll talk what is an assembly level code when you see execution process. So it's very fast and the execution speed is very high when you use a C programming. So we'll see a simple program. So here we have a statement called include stdio.h. Don't worry about this. We'll be explaining this, what this is exactly. And we are using something called main functions. You can see in the next line we are using a main function. This should be same. It should not change. I should not change anything here. So it should be exactly how it looks here. After that we have the main function body. So don't worry about what are functions. We'll talk what are functions later. Just concentrate that we write a program like this. We have as include. This would be a library. We'll see what libraries we'll use later. This is a standard input library. So the main function, inside the main function we just given one statements. So you have to remember all statements in C programming end with semicolon. This is a mandatory. You have to use semicolon in the printf statement. And this statement does nothing. See why we chose this program, because it's very simple, and this is the first program written by Dennis Ritchie in any of his books to explain what the C program is. So we also follow the same. So printf will print the value to the standard output. The standard output is our computer, the monitor screen. So it will put the standard output which just says hello world. Just says hello world to the screen. This is a simple program. So once we write this program, we have to save it in a file with an extension .c. For example, if we want to name the file as a simple, we have to save it as a simple.c. So we'll see that after some time. So after this, we have to compile the program. So what does compilation does? Compile converts the source code, whatever the code you write in a text file or a C file is compiled and created into executable file. So to compile the source code, we have to use Alt F9. We have to press both the keys in the keyboard, Alt and press F9, and then it will compile and convert the source code into executable code. So then to run the program, we have to use Control F9 to run the program. So once we run the program, we get the output hello world. So this is what we get when we compile the simple program what we have written. So we will see more complex programs in the later videos. So let's dirty our hands, do some write some programs. We'll write one program in this video. We'll see more programs in the upcoming videos. So I'll be using a Turbo C++ compiler, the Windows version of a Turbo C++ compiler. You can also use a Turbo C++ compiler of a DOS version, or you can also use a Dave C++ or C++ compilers are compatible with C program. So you can there's a backward compatibility for C program. So you can use any C++ compiler to compile a C program, or you can just use a Turbo C compiler, or you can use a GNU C compiler. So we will use Turbo C compiler in all the videos. It's a Windows version, so Windows edition, so it can be opened in Windows. It's not a kind of DOS prompt. There is one more which is popular in engineering colleges, which most of the engineering colleges use a blue color screen. That's actually, this is a IDE. This is called IDE, Integrated Development Environment. So this environment uses compiler and assembler, all the softwares to execute the program. So we have different IDEs in the market: Microsoft Visual C++, Golang C++, Turbo C++, or Turbo C. And in most of the colleges, the C compilers used looks completely blue color in the screen, and that's a DOS version of IDE. Actually, it's a DOS version of IDE which uses a compiler to compile the files. So IDE is a development environment. This is a place where you can create files. I say file, new. So new file will be created. You can see it's saving it as a CPP, C++ file. So we will save this as a different file later. I'll start typing the program. Include. So you should remember all the keywords. We'll see what is keywords. All the words should be in lowercase. Include stdio.h. Don't worry about this code. We'll see what this code is later. So always prefer to start and end the curly braces. You have to use a curly braces before curly braces. The main thing is you have to use one more statement, one more line. It's not a statement, one more line for void main. This is a function, main functions. So all the C programs should start with the main function. So this is where the execution starts. So the operating system, whenever you run the program, the operating system calls the main function. Okay. So we'll see what are functions in the later videos. Don't worry about it. We'll just say printf, and we have to end it with a semicolon. So inside the printf statement, we have to write it in double inverted comma or double quotes. We say hello world. This finishes or completes our program, a simple program. We'll save it. We'll say go to files, save. We'll save it as simple.c. So you have to use this .c extension. We'll say OK. So now that you can see it's been saved as a simple C. I'll double click to maximize. So to compile this program, we say Alt. I'll press the Alt key and press F9. So it compiles. So I'll do it again, Alt F9. You can see it compiles the program, and then Control F9 to run the program. And you can see it says hello world. So it's very simple. So now you can see it has created a file called simple.exe. So we'll see we created a source code file called simple.c here. So after we compiled that and we run the program, we are actually executing the simple.exe file. You can see both files are saved in tc bin45 bin simple in this directory and tc bin45 bin directory. So whenever we compile the program, it creates an executable file. Friends, in this video we saw what is C. This was a simple program. So we have a more to learn. I'll be explaining all the topics one by one with demonstration and some slideshows, which will help you to learn C programming easily. So let's see how it goes. Thank you for watching this video.